Step into a sunny 1950s kitchen where the scent of fresh summer meals filled the air and neighbors dropped by unannounced, knowing there would always be something delicious waiting. Every American housewife had her secrets, and one of the most treasured was the deviled egg. These bite-sized treats were a picnic essential, appearing on church tables, family cookouts, and 4th of July gatherings. Hard-boiled eggs were halved, the yolks whipped with creamy mayonnaise, tangy mustard, and just a dash of paprika sprinkled on top for that perfect finish. It was a dish that looked elegant, but was simple to prepare, exactly what busy housewives loved. Deviled eggs were more than just food. They were conversation starters, disappearing almost as quickly as they were served. In many households, children would sneak into the kitchen to grab one before guests even arrived. In the 1950s, the deviled egg wasn't just a recipe, it was a symbol of hospitality. A plate of them told your guests you cared, that you took the time to prepare something homemade, even in the heat of summer. And that's why we begin our list here, with a housewife classic that never truly goes out of style.
Next on our journey through Housewife Summer Secrets is the colorful and unforgettable Jell-O fruit salad. In the 1950s, gelatin molds weren't just desserts, they were works of art. Every good housewife had at least one Jell-O mold tucked in her kitchen cabinet, ready for holidays and summer cookouts. Bright, shimmering colors made these dishes pop on any table. Housewives would mix cherry or lime Jell-O with fresh fruit, grapes, bananas, pineapple chunks, even marshmallows, to create a sweet and refreshing side dish. It wasn't just about flavor, it was about presentation. The glistening, wobbly shape, sometimes layered in different colors, looked like something straight from a glossy magazine ad. For children, it was a thrill, sweet, fun, and endlessly playful. For adults, it was cool and refreshing, the perfect balance for heavier summer dishes. And best of all, Jell-O salads could be made hours ahead of time, freeing the housewife to focus on entertaining her guests. This recipe wasn't just food, it was a memory on a plate, tying together laughter, family gatherings, and the carefree spirit of summer. No 1950s picnic table was complete without it. On a hot summer afternoon in the 1950s, nothing refreshed a family quite like a tall glass of homemade lemonade. This wasn't poured from a carton or a powdered mix. No, a housewife squeezed it by hand, using bright yellow lemons, sugar, and plenty of cool water. The result was tangy, sweet, and endlessly refreshing. Children would run in from the yard, cheeks red from playing, and find their mother waiting with a pitcher chilled in the icebox. Often she'd serve it in clear glasses with a sprig of mint or a single lemon slice floating on top, turning something simple into something special. Homemade lemonade wasn't just a drink, it was an experience. It accompanied neighborhood porch visits, lazy Sunday afternoons, and family picnics in the park. Housewives prided themselves on balancing the flavors just right, sweet enough for the kids, but with enough tartness to satisfy the adults. In those days, a pitcher of lemonade symbolized care and comfort. It told everyone at the table, sit down, cool off, and enjoy the moment. And perhaps that's why, even today, nothing quite says summer like the memory of 1950s homemade lemonade. No summer meal in the 1950s was complete without the simple joy of corn on the cob. Freshly picked from local farms, the golden ears were boiled or roasted, then served piping hot with a generous slab of butter melting across each row of kernels. Children loved the mess of it, the buttery drips running down their fingers, the crunch of biting into sweet kernels straight from the cob. Adults enjoyed it just as much, pairing it with grilled meats or picnic favorites. Housewives knew how to make corn on the cob shine. Some sprinkled it lightly with salt, while others brushed it with herbs for extra flavor. But most of the time, simplicity ruled. Sweet corn, creamy butter, and laughter at the dinner table. In the 1950s, corn was also affordable and plentiful, making it a budget-friendly way to feed large families or unexpected guests. And because it was so easy to prepare, it quickly became a staple of summer cookouts and backyard gatherings. Corn on the cob wasn't just food, it was fun. It brought people together, created messy smiles, and captured the carefree spirit of long, warm evenings. Few things capture 1950s summertime like the frosty magic of a root beer float. Every child's eyes lit up when a tall soda glass was set down, filled with creamy vanilla ice cream and topped with fizzy, foaming root beer. It was the perfect blend of sweet, cold, and bubbly, half dessert, half drink. Housewives loved serving root beer floats because they were quick, affordable, and guaranteed to please the whole family. Some even experimented with cola or orange soda, but classic root beer was always the star. These floats were often served on hot evenings, sometimes after dinner, sometimes as a special treat for good behavior. And on weekends, families would head to the local soda fountain, where car hops brought trays of floats right to their car windows. In those moments, a simple float became more than just a recipe. It was a piece of family bonding, a highlight of the day, and a memory that stuck with children long after summer ended. The Housewife Secret was simple. Combine two affordable ingredients, and you had pure happiness in a glass. In the 1950s, housewives knew the power of leftovers, and nothing showcased that better than the ham salad sandwich. Using leftover ham from Sunday dinner, she would grind it finely, mix it with mayonnaise, mustard, pickles, and sometimes a little onion, then spread it between soft white bread slices. The result was creamy, tangy, and satisfying, a summer sandwich that worked for lunches, picnics, or quick dinners on warm evenings. Packed in wax paper or tucked into a picnic basket, ham salad sandwiches became a staple for families on the go. Children loved the soft texture, while adults appreciated the zesty flavor. For housewives, it was a way to avoid waste and still keep meals exciting. The recipe could be stretched to feed a crowd, making it ideal for gatherings or unexpected guests. In those days, efficiency mattered as much as taste, and this sandwich offered both. It proved that a housewife's creativity could turn leftovers into something new, something memorable. Today, the ham salad sandwich might feel old-fashioned, but in the 1950s, it was a beloved summer tradition that carried the unmistakable taste of home. Before refrigerators became common in every home, housewives relied on the icebox, and one of their clever summer tricks was the icebox pickle. These quick, tangy cucumbers were soaked in vinegar, sugar, and spices, then chilled until crisp and refreshing. Unlike traditional pickling, which required canning and long storage, icebox pickles were fast, easy, and perfect for hot summer days. Housewives loved them because they could prepare a big jar on Monday and have it ready for the whole week, an instant side dish for sandwiches, picnics, or grilled meats. The flavor was sharp, sweet, and cool, making them a hit with both children and adults. Kids enjoyed sneaking into the kitchen to grab a spear straight from the jar, while guests often praised the refreshing crunch that balanced heavier summer meals. The icebox pickle was more than food. It was a symbol of ingenuity. It showed how housewives of the 1950s could stretch simple ingredients into something memorable and practical. Even today, the crisp bite of a homemade pickle instantly brings back the charm of summer kitchens from decades past. Among the lighter summer recipes of the 1950s, chicken salad with grapes stood out as a true housewife favorite. Tender pieces of chicken, cooked and shredded, were combined with creamy mayonnaise, a touch of celery for crunch, and juicy grapes for sweetness. Served chilled, it was elegant yet comforting. This dish often appeared at bridal showers, ladies' luncheons, and Sunday gatherings. It was refined enough to impress guests, but simple enough to prepare without spending all day in the kitchen. Some housewives served it on lettuce leaves, while others used it as a filling for delicate sandwiches. The grapes were what made it special, adding a surprising burst of flavor and turning a simple chicken salad into something unforgettable. Housewives took pride in presenting it beautifully, often arranging it with sprigs of parsley or slices of tomato for color. Chicken salad with grapes was more than food, it was hospitality on a plate. It showed thought, care, and just a touch of creativity. For many families, this dish wasn't just part of summer, it became a signature recipe passed down from one generation to the next.
To end our first collection of Housewife Secrets, we come to a dessert that was a true 1950s classic, banana pudding. Sweet, creamy, and layered with love, this dish graced countless summer tables. Housewives would layer vanilla wafers with slices of ripe bananas, then cover it all with smooth vanilla custard or pudding. Sometimes it was topped with whipped cream, other times with fluffy meringue, baked just long enough to turn golden brown. Banana pudding was a family favorite because it was affordable, filling, and delicious. Children loved the soft cookies soaked in pudding, while adults appreciated the cool, creamy texture on a hot summer evening. It was a dessert that felt indulgent without being fussy. For many families, banana pudding meant togetherness. It was often served in a glass dish, carried proudly to potlucks, or placed in the center of the dinner table for everyone to share. And each spoonful carried a little bit of comfort, a reminder that the simplest ingredients could create the sweetest memories. In the 1950s, no summer felt complete without banana pudding, and for many, it still holds that timeless charm today.